All right, so today's Sunday. It's the new week. I forget if it's week 3 or week 4. I think it's week 4. Yeah, it's week 4. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, let's see how this week goes. We did good last week. Hoping to keep it up this week. I'm guessing I would like to hit over 500 again. I want to aim for 500 weekly. And I would just, yeah, it's simple as that. I would like to hit 500 again. If I hit 500 again early in the week, then I'm just going to stop and not trade for the rest of the week, just like last week. Because once I hit my profit target, I don't want to get greedy. I just want to save it and get my shit, get my bread. So basically, the plan is stick to the exact same strategy, one trade per day, risk 200 to get 3 to 400, and yeah, that's about it. And follow the flow state model and only take good high probability setups. So yeah, let's see what this week entails. Nothing new. I'm trying to think if I can tell you guys anything else, but yeah, let's just see what happens. And yeah, hopefully it ends in a good week. And let's say it doesn't. Let's say a bad week happens again. It's all good. I don't have a time frame for me to get profitable. I'm not like or for me to get a payout. I think if you have a time frame involved, if you like, oh, I need to do this by this time, you're screwing yourself over because then you're almost forcing it and you're like, okay, I need to hit this certain number, hit this payout by this time or in a month from now. Like if you give yourself that like a time frame, like a time crunch, you're gonna screw yourself over. So I'm just going with the flow. I'm just thinking about what's going on today, and that's it. I could care less about what happens tomorrow. I could care less if, let's say, I'm close to a payout. I'm not gonna be like, okay, I need to have this payout by the end of the week. No, because if you do that, you're gonna force yourself and you're gonna shit the bed. I promise you, you're gonna suck. You're gonna force trades. You're gonna overtrade. You're gonna lose one trade and you're like, okay, I need to win that back because I need this payout by the end of this week. And then you're fucking yourself. And that's what's so good about having a job as well while you're trading. So you have consistent income and you don't need this money. So yeah, just don't have any barriers. Don't have any time frames. And yeah, let's start this week off good. Hopefully, let's see what happens. Tomorrow's a no news Monday, so I'm probably not going to trade tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe my combine accounts I will, but I'm not going to trade tomorrow. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so today's Monday. I took a trade. I didn't take a trade on my funded accounts, but I did on my combine accounts. The reason I didn't take a trade on my funded accounts was because last night I went to bed like really late, and I was just tired in the morning. So I was like, all right, let me not trade because I'm out of it. I wasn't locked in. I woke up like right at market open. I was like, all right, so I wasn't locked in. So I was like, I'm not risking not being locked in and taking a stupid trade. So I took a trade on the combine account. It was a good trade. I wasn't that confident. I mean, I was confident in it, but it wasn't like an A+ setup. I lost the trade. Risked heavy because when the combine accounts, I'm just going to risk heavy just to get them real quick. Yeah, so we're obviously still have the accounts, but I think we're down we're down like $400, which is not bad, but or like down, we lost like 1,000 today. So because I was like, I risked like 600 last time, and I was like, all right, maybe I need to risk more, because if I risk only 600 and I get 1,000, and I have to hit that 3 days in a row, versus let me just go for the fucking the two piece where I risk 1,000 to hit 1,500. Just a 1 to 1.5 RR, and just try to hit that twice and just get the accounts real quick. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cycle through them. If I lose a couple of combines, it's okay. They're only $50 a piece. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that's the goal. So I'm just gonna try to get through them, get the funded accounts, and yeah. So yeah, the main reason I just didn't take a trade was because I was tired. I was out of it, and I wasn't locked in. I didn't have like usually I like to wake up like 30 minutes before or like 45 minutes before market open, and I like to get in this this mode, like this almost like zenful kind of like grateful, have gratitude, like just that kind of like meditation kind of thing. Like it just gets me locked. It gets me like centered. It gets me grounded. It makes me just take better trades and just be more patient. So that's what I usually do. But since I couldn't do that today and I was tired, I was like, yeah, let me not take a trade, because I'm probably going to take a dumb trade. So I'm probably going to rush it and risk more than I should and just be dumb. So I was like, I'm not going to take a trade on my funded accounts. And I'm happy I did that. So another reason is also no news Monday. So I was kind of going into the night. Like I remember it was like 4 a.m. and I'm like, dude, I'm probably I kind of told myself I'm not going to take a trade on my funded accounts. But I mean, and I'm very glad I did, or I'm glad I didn't take a trade on my funded accounts. But yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow for Tuesday. Tomorrow's a good news day, and Like I said, if there's a great setup that presents itself, I'm definitely going to take a trade. If there isn't a good setup, I'm not going to take a trade. I'm being very patient. And yeah, so we'll see what happens on Tuesday. All right, boys. So, today's Tuesday, and I'll kind of go over my trades I took today. I took one trade on my funded accounts, my 3 funded accounts, and I also took one trade on my combine accounts. So, on my funded accounts, I lost $327, and let me explain why. Because if you heard my other videos or my other clips, I was only trading 200. I was only risking $200 to win $400. That was kind of like my sort of area. I didn't want to risk 300, but and go over why. So I took a trade on ES. Okay, it was a clean setup. I really liked it. I'll show you. I'll show you what I did. I'll show you ES in a minute. But and so I took a trade on ES. And so for example, when I take a trade, I have my take profit and stop loss. I don't have it set to dollar amount. I have it set to points. So it just makes me not care about the money. It makes me realize that I just need to follow my plan. Because if I see the money, then I'll close early or I'll extend my stop loss because I want it to go up more and whatnot. You know, so it makes me think less or makes me overthink less when I have it just in points. So I didn't see how much money I was losing, which it's kind of a rookie mistake because with ES, I simply don't know. For example, NASDAQ, I kind of know how many points there are. For example, five micros with the 20-point stop loss is $200. I kind of know that. But with ES, I don't know how many points are or what. So I just assumed I bought one mini with ES because I know the ES mini is way less than the NASDAQ. It's like a fourth of the NASDAQ. So I was like, okay, I'm not risking that much money. And then also, I did like a 6-point stop loss or 7-point stop loss, something like around those lines. And I was like, all right, this can't be that much money. I was thinking I was risking like 150. Turns out when I checked my P&L, I was down $327. So it is what it is. I mean, I still followed a good setup. So I'm not mad about the setup I took or the trade I took. I'm just annoyed that I didn't follow my risk settings and I just kind of guessed. Like, that's annoying. I shouldn't be doing that, okay? But anyways, let's get into the trade. So here is the trade I took. Where my mouse is, right here, is where I entered, okay? Right here is where I entered. I entered a long. So this was in a bullish fair value gap, but like entered like right here. So like the gap was like pretend like we're over here, but the gap, it was like that. Something like that, along those lines, right? What happened was, it was a 1 hour fair value gap. I was bullish on the day. I tapped into a bullish fair value gap. Went on the 5-minute because the 5-minute and the 1 hour are aligned. Saw the CISD right here. It was a high probability CISD because see this big candle, this big extension, or this big extension candle, like it pushed through it really fast, which is perfect. That's like what a high probability flow state model setup looks like. Because this was the CISD right here. I waited for it to come back, tap in the CISD, bought like right there. And yeah, I had my stop loss like down here, take profit like up here or up here. And yeah, it just shat itself right through the fair value gap, inversed it. And yeah, I got fucked. But, you know, it is what it is, okay? So I'm not mad at the trade setup because I like that trade setup. It was a good trade setup. But I'm more just annoyed because I just didn't follow my risk settings and I just kind of guessed, which is, it is what it is. But it's a good learning lesson. It's a good lesson. I'm not going to do that shit no more. I'm going to go to my practice account, my demo account, and actually look and play around with ES and see how many points are what and see how much points is equals to how many dollars and just kind of get a good sense, a good idea of what I would be risking in the future. So anyways, on my combine accounts, I took another, obviously, same exact setup. And yeah, I smacked for like 5 something or 4 something. I forget what it was, but I'm at break even on those accounts now, which I kind of like. So now these next 2 days, if there are accounts or these next 2 trades I take on these accounts, I'm going to be risking 1,000 to hit 1,500 because the max you can win in a day is 1,500 on these accounts because there's a consistency rule. So that's the goal. I'm going to set 1,000 to 1,500. You might be asking, why am I not doing 750 for 1,500? I think a 1 to 1.5 is just way more, it's a little easier to hit. And I don't really care about risking a whole lot simply because they're funded or they're express or they're combine accounts. They're not funded accounts yet. And they're only $50 an account. It's not a big deal if I lose them. So yeah, that's the goal. We'll see what happens Wednesday. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So today is actually Friday. Yeah, I know. So we skipped till the end of the week. I basically just forgot to record because I never usually do. I never do this, so it's like new to me, and I'm like, oh shit, I actually forgot to just record. But anyways, we can get into it. So I thought I didn't trade, or I thought I didn't film yesterday and today, but because today's Friday, so I didn't think I filmed Thursday and Friday, but I just checked. I didn't film Wednesday either. And so, yeah, we can kind of go into what I did this week. So, I think as we left off, I was down 327 on Tuesday, right? So, on Wednesday, I don't remember the exact trade. I might be able to pull it up because I journaled it. Here was the trade on Wednesday. I have it in my journal right now. But basically, I went up $511. So, on Wednesday, the total profit was I'm up like 200 and something dollars, or $200 or $190 on the week after this one trade. And this is why I love to trade 1-2s. This is why I stopped trading 1-1s, because the 1-2s, it just eats up your win, or it eats up your losses, and then you continue to make money on top of that. So it's so good. I love 1-2s. But I can explain the trade. So this is the trade right here. So I can explain what happened. This gap right here, this one, I can't click on it, obviously I'm dumb. But this is a 15-minute fair value gap. We're on the 1 minute right now. I trade the flow state model, so I'm just looking for a CISD, a change of state of delivery, on a lower time frame, which is 15-minute, the 1 minute R line. It came back, broke the CISD, that's what this white line is, broke back. Wait for it to come back in, retest into the CISD, and there's a fair value gap there too, so that's great. And if we're truly bearish, it should fully respect this fair value gap right here. So that's exactly what it did. I entered off there, set my stop loss above the fair value gap, smacked. I think it smacked for like 50 points, made $511. I'm a killer. Okay, so yeah, so that's what happened on Wednesday. Also, I want to explain how instead of risking 200 to win 400, now I'm risking 300 to win 600. I'm upping my risk basically, because I'm starting to get more confident with these trade setups, and I'm not losing a bunch in a row anymore. I'm winning more than I'm losing now. So I'm like, I might as well just up the risk so I can make more money. So that's what I'm doing. And if this continues to work, let's say for the end of the month, well, let me just go into it. So my first goal was I was going to risk 200 to win 400 all the way through March. And then April came around. If I was doing well on that, I would move to 300 to 500, risking 300 to gain to 5 to 600. And if that was all working well, and I would up my risk from 200 to 300 so I can make $100 or $200 extra per trade. So that's what I was doing. But now I decided I need to risk a little more, or obviously I don't need to, but I wanted to risk just an extra $100 simply because I'm getting confidence from this model now. So here's the new plan now. The new plan is all the way through March, I'm going to risk 300 to get 5 to 600. And if that's going smoothly and I'm still winning well, then all of April, I'm going to risk 400 to win $700 to $800. And then that's what I'm going to be playing with from now on out. And yeah, so we'll see how this goes. And let's say if that goes badly, I'll move down to 300. But anyways, I'm not going to think that far in the future. I'm going to think about it now because this is what matters. Yeah, basically on Wednesday, yeah, I made $511. So I'm up on the week now. And my entire goal for the week is to make $500 or more in profit per week. That's just, I want to make $2,000 this month. So $500 per week, $2,000 in a month, right? So that's the goal. So on Thursday, I also made $459 because now I'm risking $300 per trade, and I'm trying to hit 600. But it got close to my take profit, then it started reversing, and so I sold. I sold at 459. I don't want to take the risk. I'll take that 459 all damn day. So that's exactly what I did, and I'll show the trade again. Here is the trade. So this was the trade on Thursday. So basically, we're in a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. I was bearish already on the day. Here's a CISD right here. It went up, broke these highs as well, so it's a bunch of confluences. Not only did it respect this 15-minute bearish fair value gap, it also pushed out through it and got rid of these highs over here. Came back down, strong candle down, which closed lower than the CISD, causing this fair value gap. Pushed up. obviously sold right here, set my stop loss up here. It was a kind of a risky stop loss, but it was $300. And then it smacked for that much. Basically, the reason I took it out here and not let it go, because it would have smacked, was because of this fair value gap right here. I just aligned it with the fair value gap. And yeah, that's basically the main reason. So that's what happened. That was the trade. Yeah, so now on my accounts, I hit my profit goal, which I'll show you real quick, which was, my profit goal is usually 500, but I hit 600 this week, 600 last week. So boom, there we go. So I hit my profit goal, and obviously that's why I didn't take a trade on Friday. So we can get into Friday. What I did do is I did take a trade on my combine account today, and I lost $400. So I'm down $400 on the account, which it is what it is. It's all good. Like, I'm in $400 in drawdown, but I'm not too worried about it. But the one thing I do want to say is I was being sloppy today, and the reason I think I lost my money was because, first of all, I was just happy I hit the payouts, and second off, I'm not taking these combines too serious, which I need to start doing. I'm realizing it's going to be a problem, and I'm going to start blowing more funded accounts, or not funded. I'm going to start blowing more combine accounts, simply because I'm not taking them near as serious as I am a funded account, and my profits are showing. And so, yeah, I just need to start taking my combines more seriously. And the one thing that I found out that helps a lot with me that I didn't do today, and I think is a good reason why I did lose today on my combines, is I didn't follow my morning routine. I just didn't do a morning. I just simply didn't do a morning routine to get me dialed in. So what I mean by that is I usually read a book right when I get up. I make my bed. I just do things I don't want to do, and it gets me disciplined and it gets me patient, which is massive for the market. So, and I also like listening to like a podcast from like Andy Frisella, just gets me right, gets me dialed in. It has me realize that this is going to be a long process. That's kind of what gets into my head when I do listen to him. He reiterates how it's going to be a long process and how it's not going to be quick to get success. And that helps me when it comes to trading, simply because it makes me more patient. So I just do a couple things like that. I also do a little bit of trading, like a little bit of FX replay, which is like a trading simulator kind of thing, just to kind of get me warmed up. And yeah, it gets me in the right headspace before I go into the markets. Yeah, I didn't do that today, and I think that's a good reason why I didn't win today, is because I just went in and I just didn't have any discipline built up before I went into the market. So that's another side note. If you're not doing that and you're not finding success, start doing a morning routine before that gets you disciplined and gets you in the right headspace before you even get on the charts. And that will help you a whole lot better, I promise you. All right, so this is the end of the week. This is week 4, end of the 4th week, I mean. And I have some good news to tell you. I have officially requested a payout on Top Step, so this series is now officially over. If it all goes through, of course. If it doesn't, then obviously we're going to restart this series. But yeah, so I requested a payout. On that last trade, it got my accounts up to around $1,600 each. And so I took out $600 out of each, or actually it was like 15 something, but I basically took out my account balance all the way down to $900 on each account, which I know is going to be tight, because now I know the max drawdown limit gets lowered to $0 instead of minus $2,000 below your buffer. But yeah, so I know it's going to be hard to get out of it, but I was like, let me guarantee myself some money, actually see money from this trading stuff, so I can actually fully believe in it, which I already do, but it just makes it that much more real that it's actually in my bank account, that I can actually legit make money from this. So yeah, I did it more for my mental. Yeah, I told myself I'd get up to that, I'll take a payout. And yeah, so that gives me, if I'm doing the risking $300, that gives me, I can only lose 3 trades in a row. So I can only lose 3 days in a row, because I only take 1 trade per day. And if that happens, that happens. It is what it is. I'll just get new funded accounts. It's all good. But I don't think that will happen, because it's been a while since I've lost 3 days in a row trading. Well, I don't think I've ever lost 3 days in a row trading this model. So if it does happen, it does happen. It is what it is. But if it doesn't, which I think is more likely not to happen, or not to blow it instantly. Yeah, I didn't take the full half out of it, simply for that reason. I wanted to give myself 3 days of losing, so I can give myself at least a chance to build back up this account balance, so I can take more payouts in the future, obviously. So yeah, like the series is over, which I think is pretty cool. I am very happy that I hit this payout. I think the total payout is like $1,800. It's like $1,806. So that should be entering my bank account here in a couple days. But yeah, no, I'm excited. So now that this series is over, I'm thinking of some new series 'cause I don't want to stop YouTube. I don't want to stop doing this 'cause I like looking at it, and this is kind of like a good thing. I know later on in life, when I look back at this, after I am like a successful trader, and I did make this like a successful career, it will be very cool to look back on the good old starting days where like I'm struggling. I like don't know if I'm gonna make money or not. So I think it'll be very cool to look back on. But I think the next series now it's a toss up between road to my second payout, or which I think the second one's better, is I think I'm gonna do road to $10,000 in payouts. So I just kind of want to see. Yeah, I think we should do a monetary goal to this. Let's see, road to 10,000. But don't have a time limit on it. Just gonna keep posting until I hit that $10,000 mark, and if I hit that soon or whatever time I hit that, then I'll up it to road to 25,000 or road to 100,000. Whatever. Whatever. Like however I'm doing, whatever I'm thinking at that time is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I think the next new series from now on out, it's going to restart from episode 1, and it's going to be, I think I'm going to go with road to $10,000 in payouts, and then you can watch me along the journey. So yeah, that's the end of today's video, end of the series. I hope you guys enjoyed, but look out for a bigger and better series next week.